Yes, slavery was a choice. Now, before you all get upset with me and let your emotions get the best of you, and before you all let your pain and your hurt and your struggle cloud your vision and muffle your ears, just listen to me. Slavery was a choice. Even if death is your only other option, slavery is a choice. Because the same power that we have now is the same power we had back then. We didn't fight for freedom. They gave us freedom. And you and I both know that your oppressor will never give you freedom. So what did we get? That's the question. What did we get? Because it sure wasn't freedom. Yes, it was a choice. The same way I can choose to be great is the same way I can choose to be a slave. But slavery being a choice is not a knock against our ancestors. And it's not a pass for white people. Slavery being a choice means we got to look in the mirror and face a truth that we've always been running from. And that truth is that we had power back then. The same power we have now. I know we hate to hear this, but had we risen up against our oppressor, had we cut the head from the serpent, had we prayed for justice instead of freedom and slaughtered our enemies, we would have won. As great as we are, we would have won. And guess what? It would have been backed by God, because that's a righteous cause. And what does God want more than to have his or her people free? Wait for it. Free Blanche. Get money. Go. You see, we always talk about mental slavery, but that's really the only way that you can be a slave. Your mind has to be enslaved before they can enslave your body. So yes, slavery was a choice. Do you realize that at one point in time in this country, we outnumbered white people? Do you realize that there are over 200 slave revolts on record? Do you realize we had people like Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, and even some white people that attempted to correct what had been done, to free the people? And do you know why that didn't work? Because most of us were afraid. And fear is not of God. You see, we were praying to God for freedom, but we should have been praying for justice. We should have been praying for God's hand to move and cut the head from the serpent. We should have prayed to God to slaughter our enemies.